Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. I am nervy about this one. I've got so many eyeshadow palettes, it's ridiculous. Like, this isn't even half. When I pulled it all out the drawers I was like, this is insane. But today we're going to do eyeshadow palette declutter part 1. I think a lot of these are going to go because they're palettes that I don't use as often. I've got some kind of tubs with the ones I use more often in. So we're just going to run through. I'm going to tell you why I'm keeping them, if I'm not keeping them, and why I'm letting them go. We're currently framed on my bed. So I hope this angle is okay. I hope you guys enjoy it. Without further ado, let's get straight into this. Right, okay, number 1. This one is an easy one. I've talked about this on my channel loads of times, and if you are a older subscriber, you will know I do not like this palette. It's Melt 420. The shadows don't blend. It's just really chunky and gross and I don't like it. I'm not actually going to pass this one on because I just don't like it that much. I don't think anybody will enjoy it. So that one's going in the bin. We've got Colourpop's Malibu Barbie palette. I don't think I've ever actually used this one. So that is going to get passed along. I feel like somebody will enjoy that more than I will. Okay, Too Faced Just Peachy Mats. I adored this palette. I actually might keep this one. It is a nice kind of basic everyday palette. But then again, am I going to use it? No. Do you know what? That one's going to get passed along as well. I've got my 3 Zoeva palettes. If you were in the beauty space from sort of 2012 to 2015, you will know how obsessed everybody was with these palettes. So that one's Caramel Melange, this one is Cocoa Blend, and this one is Blanc Fusion. I got so much use out of these. They've all got nice big dents in the pan, so I think I'm going to let these go because they are super duper old. Alright, let's just reposition myself a little bit. We've got NYX Ultimate Brights palette. They've recently changed these, the packaging, but I do want to pick that one up and compare it with this one. So I'm going to keep that one. And then I've got, oh, I wanted this so bad. This is Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air. And I literally never use it, so that one's getting passed along. Also going to pass on this little NYX Ultimate Edit. I think I got this in an advent calendar this year. Last year. Might have been the Debenhams one, I think. So I'm going to pass that along because I've literally never even opened that. Right. Natasha Denona Mini Star. She's staying. I love my Natasha Denona palettes. And although they kind of tend to be on the more neutral side, they are still kind of my go-to neutral palettes, and this one's really beautiful. We've got Natasha Denona Zendo. Again, we are keeping this one. I love this one. Natasha Denona Sunrise, again, is going to stay. Also going to keep the, what are you, Glam Face palette in light, I think this one is. Love this blush. These shadows are really pretty. It's a great kind of everyday kind of palette. Not for my everyday, but I do like it for kind of travelling because it's got a bit of everything. Oh gosh, what a throwback. Stila Eyes of the Window to the Soul palette. Beautiful. Literally didn't even remember I had this one. Still feels nice and creamy, so that one can be given away. I don't know why I swatched that. I'm not going to start swatching these because, quite frankly, I don't have the capacity. Right, a little tiny collection one. This is actually really nice. This is the Solar Voyage palette. It's very pretty. I'm going to keep it because it's very affordable, and I really like this kind of lilac-y shade here. It's got a bit of a duochrome to it. I've just said I'm not going to swatch everything. So we're going to keep that because I do want to do like a full face of kind of more budget brands. Again, another kind of more budget ones. We've got the e.l.f. little quad in Hot just jalapeno, not hot jalapeno. I can't get it open. I love these little mini palettes. They are such great quality. So we're keeping that. And we're also going to keep the 17 eyeshadow palette in number 70 Brights. This, I was so shocked by the quality of. It's really, really lovely. And again, I want to do a full face of 17, so we're going to keep that. I am torn by this one. This is Melt Millennial Pink. I do like the shimmers. I find the looks you can get from it are very basic. A lot of these pinks are very similar in tone, but I do like it, so I think I'm going to keep it. And then also from Melt, I have the Radioactive palette. I don't think they even sell this one anymore, but this is really beautiful, so I'm going to keep this one. Ace Beauté Slice of Paradise. Going to keep this one. It's a really nice rainbow palette. This is the new formula. It's really beautiful. We've got NYX Ultimate Warm Neutrals. Again, this is going to go. I don't use that enough. Anywhere near enough. We've got the Mini Love palette from Natasha Denona. One of my favourites. That's absolutely staying. I've got this Build Your Own palette from Sample Beauty with some kind of matte rainbow shades in. I'm going to get rid of this one. I'm going to give this one to my cousin because I feel like she'll really enjoy it, because I also have this one, which is an Inglot one. It's with an influencer, but these shades are all ones that you can get from Inglot separately. And this is just a rainbow palette. So I'm going to keep this one and get rid of the Sample Beauty one. There's a bit of a staple on there. How strange. Because like I said, I know my cousin will get a lot of use out of that one. So I'm just going to keep this one. Okay, Lorac Pro Bakery Box. I'm going to keep this one. I really like this palette. The Lorac palettes are really good quality. It's got lots of kind of bright oranges in it. Don't love the fact it's got two giant highlighters in the middle, but I do like the formula, so I'm going to keep that. This is such a throwback one, and I used to love this palette. This is Coloured Rain, Queen of Hearts. Things are starting to feel a bit dry in there, so I think I'm going to bin that one, which is so sad because it's such a beautiful palette, but I also don't think you can get it anymore, so we're going to let go of that one. Right, Urban Decay Born to Run. If you ask me, this is the last time Urban Decay did a good palette. I am going to keep this one, I think. Yeah, it's still feeling nice. It's got some nice like warm shades in. It's got some pretty shimmers. So we're going to keep that one. Again, I'm swatching them. Why? I'm going to let this one go. This is a mini Shade and Light palette from Kat Von D in Rust. This is before it became KVD. I don't think they sell these anymore. It's a nice little quad palette. I really like the quality of the shadows. I just don't use it. So that can be passed on. Right. Natasha Denona Retro Glam. She is staying. We love her. And I am, despite the fact I don't love it, I'm going to keep pastel as well. I do really like the shadows. There's nothing wrong with the shadows. I just find it's a bit lackluster. However, these shimmers are really beautiful, so I tend to pull this in with other shades. So I'm going to keep it. It's not my favourite Natasha Denona palette, but I don't dislike it enough to get rid of it. This one is Too Faced Natural Eyes palette. I got this one. This one came in a set, I think. And I wanted the rest of the stuff in the set, but not particularly this. So I'm going to pass that one along. It's a really lovely neutral palette. It's just not me. Neutral palette wise, I am going to keep this one. This is the Ams Beauty MUA Basic palette. This is just the perfect warm neutral basic palette. You can contour with it. You can do kind of slightly more blushy shades with it. You can really sculpt the eyes with it. So that one's going to stay because I love the formula. Oh, Urban Decay Naked palettes. I don't think I can let any of these go. I'm definitely not letting go of my original Naked palette. I do not use this on my eyes. It is fully a kind of collector's memory kind of piece for me. So I'm keeping that one. I'm probably going to keep Honey. because it is a really nice yellowy toned palette. And if I do want something gold, that tends to be one I go for. Then we've got Heat, which I kind of want to keep too. Yeah, we're going to keep that one. And then I've got Naked Reloaded, which I'm going to keep. Because again, it's just a nice basic palette. Not palettes I use very often, and I probably won't ever buy another Naked palette again, but they are useful, and this one is just a memory thing. It's just a memory thing. Right, Soothe Beauty Hypercolour palette. I really don't use this one, and I really should. It's got these gorgeous kind of shimmery toppers in it, and then a kind of mattes. These are meant to glow, but they're a bit kind of dry and chalky. I don't know if it's I think I'm going to get rid of that one. I'm going to get rid of that one. BH Cosmetics Take Me to Brazil, an amazing rainbow palette for very, very budget kind of looks. So I'm going to keep this one. We've got some, like a random mint green shimmer in the bottom, which I've never understood, and a black and then a white shimmer. It's really nice. Not one I use very often, but a great one if I want to recommend like a very bright palette for on a budget. Right, okay, this is going to be tough. These are my Anastasia palettes. Modern Renaissance. I've had this since I was 18. I'm 25 now. That should go in the bin. It really should. I'm really torn about it because I do like it, but I have not used it in years and things. I feel like, yeah, I'm going to get rid of that one. That one's going in the bin. I think I'm also going to get rid of this one, put this one in the bin. It's Subculture. It was never good. It was never good. Prism. I mean, everything feels fine. Am I going to use it though? No, I'm going to put this in the giveaway pile. Now, Sultry. This is one of my favourite Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette. Not Natasha, Anastasia eyeshadow palettes. It's beautiful. It's very cool tone neutrals. These shimmers are absolutely stunning. So I'm going to keep this one. And I think I'm also going to keep Soft Glam because it's just the perfect warm smoky eye palette. And I do still use this one. Norvina. I think I'm going to give this one away. I know people who will enjoy that more than me. I've got Riviera. I'm going to give this one away as well. I think my cousin will like that one. Okay, I'm actually going to keep this one. This is Jackie Aina. I love this palette. Again, amazing for a smoky eye, so I'm keeping that one. This one is Carly Bible. I'm giving that one away. Alyssa Edwards. I think I'm going to keep her. And I think I'm going to also keep Amrezy, because this one's really pretty. Am I going to get rid of Carly Bible? It is actually quite a nice soft spring palette. I'm going to keep that one and see if I use it in the spring. So I feel like I didn't do too bad there. We're getting rid of 5 and we're keeping 6. Did I really have 11? Wow. Okay. So I'm going to keep these ones. Right. Okie dokie. You are Sample Beauty Immensity palette. That's going to go. I don't need another rainbow palette. I just don't need it. Lime Chrome Venus XL. I haven't used this one in forever, but I might pull that one out to put in my Shop My Stash and see if I get any use out of that one, because I do really like it. We've got Myers Cosmetics Lost. Literally never used that one. That one's going in the giveaway pile. And Bodysuit from Myers can also go in that pile. Oh, right. Certify Affinity 2. This palette is beautiful. I don't think you can buy these anymore, but I don't think I can let them go. I think you can only get the Tropical Wonders palette now. But I have also got the Destiny palette, which looks like this. And I've got 2 others in this pile somewhere, so I'm going to keep these. They're really, really thin. They don't take up much room. KVD, the big Shade and Light Eye is going to go to somebody else because I don't use it. Ooh, Naked Ultimate Basics. That's going to go as well. Yeah, we're going to get rid. He Who Shall Not Be Named, the most horrendous name of a palette ever. This is literally, that pan is rusty. That's going in the bin. Honestly. Right. Urban Decay Moondust palette. I'm going to keep this one up because I love the Moondust shadows. And sometimes I do just kind of throw them on the lid for a little bit of something. So we're going to keep that. And this is another kind of memory one. This is the palette that got me into colourful eyeshadow, which may seem very strange, but I used to use this pink and this blue all the time. So I'm going to keep that one and kind of have that one as a bit of a memory kind of thing again. Right. 2 little 6-pan palettes from Lethal. I'm going to keep both of these. These were kind of full setup palettes, but I'm pretty sure you can still get some of the shadows in them. I can't actually remember what they were called. Oh, actually, there's another one. We've got a purple one as well, so we're going to keep those. Also going to keep my Vise Art. This is the Warm Edit. And then we've got the Rose Edit. Gonna keep both of those. Really like a Vise Art shadow. Okay, I've got about 15 of these tiny little Makeup Obsession 9 pans. I'm gonna get rid of all of those. So there's a yellow, a pink, a purple, an orange, a blue, and a minty kind of one. I think that might be all of them. We're gonna get rid of these. I don't use them, and somebody else will get more use out of them than me. Okay, right. I think this is all my Colourpop palettes that are like 9 pans. So we've got Blue Moon, we've got Just My Look, we've got It's My Pleasure, like that. We've got Mint Bee. Miss Bliss, and Baby Got Peach, and then Aura and Out. I've got In the Trance, I've got Lilac You a Lot, Main Squeeze. I bought these in a bundle, just to let you know. Aha Honey, and Orange You Glad. Now, what I think I'm going to do, I kind of want to do a look with each of these on my channel, so let me know if you want to see that. I think I'm going to get rid of In Trance, Aura and Out, and Miss Bliss, because I don't think you can get these ones anymore. So I'm going to pass those 3 on, and I'm going to keep the kind of core palettes, essentially. So the 9? Yeah, the 9 kind of core palettes. And if you do want to see me do a look with each of these on my channel, let me know. Right, oh god, what a throwback. Revolution and Soph. This one is Extra Spice, and this one is the original. These are both going in the bin. They are years old. Kiko Colour Fever eyeshadow palette number 100. That's I don't know why I bought that, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that's just not great quality. That's going in the bin. Okay, I've got tons of Revolution palettes that I just never ever use. So we've got Deep Dive, we've got Neutrals 2, we've got Iconic Division, and we've got Iconic Vitality. I think these were meant to be Anastasia dupes. They're all going to go. Urban Decay Naked Basics. Oh my god, this packaging feels so weird. It's like sticky. This was the first ever high-end eyeshadow palette I owned. So I'm going to keep this, but I think I'm going to put it in like my memory box, but it's like got this like like, it's almost like the outside is like coming off. That is gross. I do not like that. That is not a vibe. And then I've got Petite Heat, which is a really nice basic neutral palette, but that can go because I don't use it. Right. Too Faced chocolate bar. Never, ever, ever use this. That's going to go. I wish you could still get these ones. These are from MUA. They're the big, like the big palettes. This is the Tropical Oceania. And honestly, it's such a beautiful palette. But I'm going to pass it on because you can't get them anymore. And I'm also going to pass on the Burning Embers palette. I really like an MUA palette. They're really beautiful. But you just can't get these big ones anymore. So it's worth somebody else getting the use out of them. Okay, BH and Carly Bible. This palette is eons old. That's going in the bin because I don't even know how old it is. Jouer Springtime in Paris. This is a really beautiful palette. I don't ever use it, but it still feels super duper duper creamy and lovely. So I'm going to keep that one. No, I'm going to give that one away, sorry. Because it's still good quality, just not for me. Right. Makeup Revolution and Kami Make Magic palette. I don't even know what this one looks like. Yeah, this is going. This is going. Revolution Flawless 3 Resurrection is going. I'm going to keep this one. It's the Uoma Queen to Be palette. It's absolutely beautiful. So gorgeous. I've got a little MAC quad and a little Anastasia quad. I think I'm going to get rid of the Anastasia quad and I'm going to keep my MAC shadows. So the classics in here. We have got, I can't remember their names. Get out. Okay, so we have got all like the ultimate YouTuber classics. So we've got All That Glitters, we've got Satin Taupe, we've got Patina, and we've got Woodwinked. Beautiful shades. Do I ever use them? Not really. But part of me thinks if I put these in one of my big palettes, I might get some use out of them. But honestly, this was like, when I bought this quad, when I was still blogging, probably back in about 2013, 2014, I thought I was the business. Right. BH and Shonexo eyeshadow palette that also has a lipstick palette on the other side. I'm going to bin this one. It just doesn't feel very hygienic. Another big MUA one. This is the Natural Obsessions. Again, that's going to be passed on. Little Revolution cheek palette that can go. I've got my Magic Mini by Juvia's. That's going to stay. I think there might be a couple of blush palettes here. Yeah, there are. So this is Patrick Tar. The, what you call Major Headlines blush palette. This is the first one. I really like this. Apart from the fact that this is broken, which really bothers me. But I'm going to keep that. We're going to keep Melt Makana blush palette. It's beautiful. And then I've got Huda Naughty, which is staying. And, of course, Pretty Grunge, which is definitely staying. Right, some little ABH Norvina ones. This is the number 2. And then I've got 1 and 3 somewhere. This is 1. I think I'm going to get rid of these. I don't use them, so they can be passed on. Revolution Roxasaurus palette. Oh, actually, that's really pretty. Can you still get this? Hey, Siri. Google Roxy X Revolution eyeshadow palette.
Okay, I found this on the web for Roxy X Revolution eyeshadow palette. Check it out.
Okay, if you can still pick this one up, I'm going to keep this one because it is very pretty. If you can't, I'm going to pass it on. I'm going to pass on Regeneration Legendary and Regeneration Bronze Age from the Pro range. I've got my Juvia's Saharan and my Juvia's Nubian. I'm keeping both of these. Nubian, although it's very, very neutral, is one of my favourite neutral palettes of all time, so I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep this cute little I Heart Cherry Quad from I Heart Revolution. It's very cute. It's just a nice, like, pinky little quad. Imagination palette is going in the bin. Why did I ever buy this? I hate pans that aren't the same size. But that's very old, so it's going in the bin. Flawless Fork can go in the giveaway pile. Fall in Love by Barry M. Very pretty, but can't get it anymore, so that can go. We've got Tropical Twist from Barry M. I really liked this palette. I don't know why they don't do more of these kind of baked eyeshadow palettes. The mattes are really beautiful. The shimmers are so pigmented, such good quality considering it's so affordable. But you can't get it anymore, so it's going. I did not love the 18 Hit Wonders from e.l.f. I thought it was a bit lackluster, so that can go. Soiree Diaries from Pure is ancient, that's going in the bin. And I'm also going to get rid of Warm Spectrum from Zoeva. Again, that one can go in the bin. It's got a beautiful kind of matte blue-brown kind of shade in the top corner, but I just never, ever, ever use it. So that can go in the bin because it's very old. Right, okay, and the last ones for this straw, we've got Revolution Foil Frenzy in Creation. This is really beautiful. If you can still get this one, I'm going to keep this one because these shades are so stunning. So I'm going to double check if you can still get that one and keep it if you can. I'm going to get rid of Neon, what are you called? Neon Green from Huda. I do not like Huda's mini palettes. They just don't work the same. Although that shimmer is very pretty. They're just not quite the same quality. So that can go in the giveaway pile if somebody wants it. Little Revolution 9 pan in Wishful. That can go. And Revolution Reloaded Deep Dive can also go. And then finally, 4 palettes from He Who Shall Not Be Named. We've got Weirdo, we've got the mini Blood Sugar, we've got the mini Breaker, and an even worse one, the mini Controversy. It's 2 horrible people. So they are all going to go. If somebody wants them, they can have them. I'd rather somebody got the use out of them and I didn't completely waste the money. But I don't want to use them. I don't want to, because I'm always taking pictures of my makeup, I don't want to promote him in any way. So that's going to go too. Right. I personally think I did really well with that one. I think the rest of the eyeshadow palettes are going to be harder. I'm going to go find somewhere, like a baggie to put this in so it doesn't start getting sticky everywhere. But it's definitely just like a nostalgic one for me. I used to use this shade Faint for my brows. And like these pans, I've got the biggest dips in I've ever seen in any of my eyeshadow palettes. So I do hope you did enjoy this. Let me know what you would have kept, what you would have got rid of. Let me know if there's things like the MUA big ones that you really wish you could still get. I do hope you did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me, hit subscribe. And if you want to make sure you never miss another video, hit the bell icon and YouTube will notify you next time I post. You've been fabulous. I've been Coleoftheball, and I'll see you next time for another declutter. Bye, guys.